What's going on? Welcome to The Struggle is Real. I'm feeling grateful and blessed that you tuned into the podcast, and I'm just excited to be on mic today. I hope you enjoyed our recent series all about managing the things at work. We discussed email and calendar management, along with creating a to-do list that works for you. If you missed those episodes, that is 102, 104, and 106. And we sprinkled in some amazing guest interviews as well. That was a really fun series to create for you. And we're following it up with another series on one of my favorite topics, professional networking. I know it's cliche, but building and maintaining your professional network will pay so many dividends throughout your career. In the same vein as investing your money, I'm about anything if you spend the time and effort upfront that you'll reap some kind of 10x reward on the back end. And I definitely think networking is one of those activities. I'm not here to overcomplicate networking though. All it is the act of building and maintaining relationships with other people. Simple as that. Your network is a group of people who like, trust, and believe in you. They all want to see you succeed, and that is why networking can be the ultimate career skill set. Your network is going to help you find a new job or take the next step in your career. The bigger your network, the more likely you are to know someone that can offer mentorship, make an introduction, or provide expertise in an area that you need help with. So if that excites you, welcome to part 1 of the 4-part series, How to Grow Your Professional Network, where we are going to cover creative and actionable ways to meet new people, build instant rapport, and turn networking into your career superpower. You know those moments where you think, I wish I would have learned this in school? Those are the topics that we love to talk about. Join me each week as I interview experts sharing their strategies for solving problems that us young adults will face throughout our 20s and 30s. So what are you waiting for? If you want new episodes about adulting advice every Monday, hit that follow button. I can make the case that any interaction with someone else could be considered networking. From your friend's parents to the barista who handed your coffee to you this morning, anyone could be someone that changes the trajectory of your career. So I'm all about embracing some of the serendipity of relationship building, aka networking, but this series is going to bring some intentionality into this effort. We are going to be talking about purposely meeting people and the ways that you can do that. I don't know about you, but COVID made me really appreciate in-person interactions. I was bottled up inside for so long, really kind of just hanging out with the immediate circle that I was living with. And honestly, when some of the COVID restrictions started to lift, I was very excited to get back into the world and start meeting some people. I do really like the convenience of virtual networking, but sometimes it just feels satisfying to put on some nice clothes, get out into the community, shake some hands, and meet some people in real life. COVID did get me out of practice in this area, though. I also moved cities and started working virtually, so I had a whole lot of things happening against me in terms of in-person networking over the last couple of years, and I lost touch with a lot of the in-person groups that I was a part of. I think I'm ready for that to change now, and I created a list of 7 ways to find in-person networking events. In today's episode, I'm going to share that list with you with the goal of getting you excited and inspired to get back out there and check out some events in your local community. Don't take this episode as a checklist, you don't need to do all of the things, but more so as a menu. Pick 1 or 2 pathways that you feel drawn to. Each of these will provide tons of options for events that will fit exactly what you're looking for. So enough with the preamble, let's get started. Here are 7 ways to find in-person networking events. The first way to find in-person networking events is to browse event sites. One thing I found to be really successful to jumpstart my network, especially when I first moved to a new city, if that was San Diego, I did it again whenever I came to Austin, is to browse popular sites like eventbrite.com and meetup.com. These sites act as repositories for tons of local events. I've attended classes, discussions, festivals, get-togethers, all through this site. These events can range from a couple of people to hundreds of people. What I like most about these sites is that it makes it easy to search by location, dates, and categories, so I can just quickly filter based on what I'm looking for. A lot of events I've attended are free and casual, which I really like personally. And these events make it really easy to collect the details that I need to understand if I need to attend this event or not, and then go ahead and RSVP if I do want to attend. I went to meetup.com and looked up events happening in Austin, 5 miles from where I'm currently living. And here are some of the options that I'm seeing. There was a free basics photography class, a happy hour at a rooftop bar, and a crocheting meetup, which sounds super fascinating, but probably not for me. You can see that there's a wide range of events that you can pick from on these sites. And I think honestly, there's something that serves everybody. So find something that interests you, have some fun, and make a friend in the meantime. The number 2 way that I have for finding in-person events is to look up your local community organizations. Another great place to find amazing in-person events is to check out your local community gathering spots. A few ideas could be your library, church, gym, or local co-working spaces. These kinds of organizations are always hosting interesting events that usually draw a great crowd. I attend an event at a local co-working space every single month that is geared towards founders and entrepreneurs. If you're in Austin here, check out the Fiesta Meetup. It's a really great event that happens, I think, on the 3rd Tuesday every single month, or just shoot me a message and I can send you some details. I always leave that event having met 4 or 5 new people that I'm excited to continue networking with. These are always win-wins for the organization and the organizer, as the organization gets some visibility and the organizers have a large space to host their events. You can find listings of events by checking out the organization's website. A lot of times they will have some kind of events calendar tab at the top of their homepage, or you can simply walk in and find a physical calendar that's displayed, especially with like libraries. They typically have something right when you walk in the doors. So get on Google and search for your local libraries or co-working spaces or other general community hangout spots and start finding great events near you. The third way to find in-person networking events is to contact your alumni association. If you're living in the town that you went to college or grad school in, or your university just has a vast network of alumni, consider contacting your alumni association. With most colleges, there is a team of faculty that's in charge of organizing events for alumni. In today's day and age, some of these events are going to be virtual, but many times there are also options for in-person events. Whenever I was living back in St. Louis, I attended a lot of these alumni meetups. We had a whole lot of fun doing things like bowling, bar crawls, and panel discussions for current students. It's always an easy way to meet people because you always have a common thread to talk about, which is your experience back at that college. You might find that you want to get even further involved by joining your school's alumni board. Regardless, I think your college or graduate school can be a rich source of in-person events. The number 4 way that I have for you for finding in-person networking events is to support a cause. If you like to volunteer your time, find a nonprofit organization that needs your help. These events present the opportunity to spend time with other like-minded individuals. And honestly, you're going to leave feeling altruistic knowing that you also made an impact. Volunteering is always like a triple whammy for me. I got to meet kind and amazing people. I get to offer help in an area that I was passionate about. And most times this event would require me to learn or develop a skill too. So I was doing a little bit of skill building in the meantime. Routinely volunteering for the same organization can help you build deep relationships with the team members and other volunteers. Also, if you attend their galas and fundraisers, you're likely to meet high status people that share a similar passion. My fifth creative way for finding in person networking events is to search LinkedIn and Facebook groups. Although LinkedIn and Facebook are great places for social sharing, they are also great platforms for finding out about events in your area. I've joined a couple of relevant Facebook groups like Austin Podcasters and Runners of Austin. Both of these groups are routinely organizing and posting about local in person meetups. It's nice because I get to know some of the members through post with inside the group itself, but then I actually get to go out and meet them at these local events. Both platforms make it really easy to find relevant groups and join them. Once accepted into the group, you can click on the events tab, and then it will show you all of the upcoming events scheduled through the group. I'm routinely doing this with all my Facebook groups. Usually on just like a Monday morning, I'll go in there, see if there's anything happening that week that I really want to attend. Honestly, if Facebook ever got rid of their groups feature, I'm not really sure how much time I would spend on the site. But until then, you'll find me hanging out there, especially in the podcast groups. So if you see me, say hi. The sixth way for finding in-person events that I have for you today is young professional groups. Did you know that there are hundreds of professional organizations that have their own groups specifically for young adults? These are typically referred to as young professional groups or YP groups. Community organizations, nonprofits, and industry groups organize these kinds of YP groups. Many times these YP groups are for organizing social, volunteer, and educational events that are hosted through this organization. If you find that you want to get involved in an ongoing group, this can be a really good match for you, especially if you're looking to network with professionals around the same age as you. I'm currently not a member of any YP groups, but I have participated in them in the past. And I'm currently considering joining the Austin Young Chamber, which is a local YP group here, of course, in Austin. A lot of times these groups will require an annual fee. It might be somewhere in like the $100 to $500 range. If you're active within the group, this is typically worth it because I don't really consider that a whole lot of money if you are getting some value out of it, maybe even getting discounts for some of their events and just meeting other amazing people through this organization and this group. But quick tip, many employers will cover the cost of joining YP groups, so just don't be afraid to ask. My seventh and final way for creatively finding in-person networking events is to talk to your friends and colleagues. I know this one might get overlooked, and I know this one might sound simple, but I think it gets overlooked, honestly. Don't forget to ask coworkers and friends about any professional events that they're planning to attend or ones that they've attended in the past that they've really enjoyed. Let people know that you are looking to attend more in-person events, and if they're ever going and looking for a friend to tag along, that you'd be open to an invite. I think it's nice to attend events with someone. Of course, you already know someone built in there and you kind of have a crutch to lean on. They might also be someone that is a regular attendee. Therefore, they would know some of the other regular group members or attendee members, and they're able to easily make introductions for you. I'm guessing this is also going to strengthen your own relationship with that friend or colleague as they get the opportunity to introduce you to something that they love doing. I hope this list gave you some ideas for how you could go about finding local in-person events that you can attend. It's such a thrill meeting someone that you really connect with, but I also know how intimidating showing up to these events is. I wanted to leave you with a gentle reminder that everyone is a bit nervous walking into the unknown. Know that you're really brave just for showing up. Don't go home defeated if you only spent 30 minutes awkwardly wandering around trying to make small talk. I've been there like 100 times at these different events. In-person networking takes a lot of practice, and some events just simply aren't your style, or you're just like not feeling it that night. Maybe it was a long night at work or a long day at work and you're tired and you showed up to the event anyway, but then you just realized you didn't have the energy to put out to this. Once again, give yourself a pat on the back for actually showing up and following through. But once again, you don't always have to like hit a home run with each one of these in-person events. Keep at it though, because I promise you, you will meet someone that you really connect with, that you gel with. It could be your next business partner. It could be a contact that really elevated in your career. It could be a person that really needs to meet you right now. And maybe you have what they're looking for. So hang in there. And I'm really excited to hear all about your in-person networking events. Shoot me a message. You can go over to tsirpodcast.com. We have a contact form there. If you fill out that contact form, that goes directly into my inbox, and I promise you, I'll reply to all of my emails. So if you're attending an event this week, send me a message. I'd love to chat about how it actually went. Thanks for tuning into today's episode. If you want to make sure to catch the rest of this networking series, be sure to hit the follow button. And until next time, love y'all. Thanks for listening to the episode. As always, I appreciate your kind words. If you want to leave us a rating and review on your podcast player right now, that would absolutely make my day. If you want to find episode show notes, our blog, and other great resources, head over to tsirpodcast.com. If you have follow-up questions, an idea for a future episode, or just want to say hi, we have a contact form on our website, and those messages go straight into my inbox, and I promise you, I will reply. But all right, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. I love you all, and you're not alone. Let's keep making it through our struggles together.